Ryan, if you want, I can do after you're done with both parts of the stream. If you think it's worth it, I can do a highlight reel of it.
I think that'll be a few one.
I mean,
All right.
I can do
Oh,
oh shit. All right,
is
that was
that one of us? Hang on.
it looks like it's. I mean, it looks like the stream's up now. I'm looking at it right
Yeah.
now.
All
A few
right.
minutes
So the
behind,
stream
but
is live now. I am with Bun Bun.
you can just call me Saturn. But hi.
Saturn. Okay. Super James will be with us soon, and I think we're good. Wait, no, I'm
I mean,
not
it
trying
looks
to
like.
load save data.
Are you on your end? Does it still say this is no data? That's all I see.
Alright, I think
What was that?
that might have been the game opening credits. All right, is everyone seeing the title screen now?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
All right, cool. It's a very like weird screen too. It's kind of because of the ambient music.
Which version are you playing?
So this is the PSP version.
The PSP. Oh, yeesh.
What?
I grew up with this version, and I remember my memory. It looked like garbage.
Hang on. All right.
Oh yeah, Super James is here. What's going on?
Oh yeah, Saturn, James. If you want to see the screen that's like more, in line. If you want to see the screen that's more in sync with what I'm doing, I'm also, streaming it on Discord itself. So.
Right. I kind of want to look at chat too. So.
Yeah, but if you want to like actually see the things as they're happening, see the Discord stream.
Yeah, no, I should do that.
LMAO, they got Pac-Man's birthday 15 years off.
I always thought it was weird how like the game literally has it as on his 25th birthday. Like he has a wife and a kid at 25 at this point. Like I guess it's not uncommon, but he seems like he's older than that.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Pac-Man's birthday, and of course something goes wrong.
Okay, finally, now Discord actually loads the video.
Whoa, who is this mysterious character?
There's some existential shit going on right now because Orson is playing an arcade machine version of Pac-Man within the universe that Pac-Man lives in. How the fuck does that
No,
work?
but like not only that, but that's what he's using to communicate with Pac-Man.
Yeah, like what is this? What? So not only does the Pac-Man video game exist within the Pac-Man universe, it's a method of like messing with the very fabric of the existence. I don't know what the fuck.
Yes,
This
that's what's going on here.
like
Yes,
even as a kid, what the fuck?
I always
Is it just me, or were the cutscenes there, like, the character just looks so soulless?
For all y'all who have never seen the PSP version in person, get ready for some crust.
And for everyone else who's played the 3DS for everyone else who's played the DS version, I'm so sorry.
Don't. I don't think a lot of people really played this game as it is, let alone the DS version. So.
I grew up with this game. I grew up with the when I was a kid. I got it for Easter. I remember it was like the
Pac-Man
best
World 2 was
thing,
all I grew up
and
with.
then I stopped playing it because I thought like I got stuck on like the third level, and I thought it and like I want to get around to playing it again. To be honest, give it another chance.
It is definitely an interesting game.
It's definitely an acquired taste. I'll say that much.
Yeah, I'll be right back in. I need to get food.
Okay,
Okey-doke.
food is important. But yeah, it's funny how like in the 40 years that Pac-Man has existed, that like somehow in the midst of it all, this game managed to exist.
Like, do you think it's one of those things where like Pac-Man did a thing in the universe and it was so like courageous and shit that like someone made a video game based off of it or some shit like that, like historical fiction or some kind of bullshit.
I mean, I don't know what this would have been based off of, but here it is.
I'm talking about the arcade game that Orson was fucking with.
Oh yeah. All right.
Oh, wow, I don't remember the frame rate actually being good in this version. Is it because of the emulator? Are you like boosting the graphics or something?
I mean, I am using an emulator, but on the PSP, I did play this on the PSP itself, and the frame rate was kind of, as good. So,
I remember it being kind of shit. I mean, it's been a while, and I kind of lost my copy. So,
I mean, the frame rate here is still like inferior to the console game, where it's like
oh yeah,
nearing 60 frames, but at the same time, the frame rate isn't like especially bad here. It's just lesser.
you're right. I remember when I was a kid, some guy told me that he had a copy of Pac-Man World 2 on the PSP,
Oh
and I was so sad that he never like gave it to me.
god.
And then I realized like years later in my life, oh yeah, World 2 was never on the PSP, and I never fucking played it.
I think I have the punch button mapped to the same button as like the camera resetting. It's no big deal though. I'll change it in a bit.
If I didn't honestly, I want to mod my Vita so I can play games like this on my Vita, but I don't want to risk getting banned from PSN because of it.
I mean, not that I don't think Sony is even like monitoring the Vita for that to happen.
Yeah, but I feel that's more of a thing that a bot if they have a bot detecting whether or not you're using a hacked system or not, and if it's hacked, it'll just automatically ban you.
Hmm.
That's how the works. Like I just don't want to risk it.
Yeah, I get it.
I spent way too much money on all of my PlayStation consoles that I don't want to lose my account.
Let alone the memory card, right?
Oh yeah. Don't buy a Vita unless you know what you're doing. I didn't know what I was doing when I spent $40 on a 16 gigabyte memory card. Is what
Oh
happened.
god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's
Okay.
I love my Vita. It's a really good system, but like god damn is it a dent in your wallet.
Yeah.
And it's only gonna get worse as time goes on. So at least I got it at least I got it now instead of like 10 years later when or like 4 gigabyte memory cards are like $100.
Mhm. I actually like this level in the game. It seems like it has like just enough going on for you to be interested.
Yeah, this
I
level's
don't
okay.
remember much
It's
about
just
this
when it
game
gets
at
later
all.
in the game, it kind of starts to suck.
Yeah.
Like I think one of my least favorite things about Pac-Man World 3 is that how they have like I, like more like horror-esque ghost designs. I just don't think that as a kid that really bothered me. Like that just doesn't fit with Pac-Man at all.
I mean, there's a lot of things here that don't fit with Pac-Man, but
Right, but
that's
that one especially bugged me as a kid. Like you're so used to seeing like cartoony, like haha, like cutesy ghosts
yeah.
in movies, and then you see like these like something you see have like I don't know, like some like Ghostbusters or something like that. And it's just
And
like
even and even when there were like enemies of other kinds, like they were still cutesy and
and they
fit
fit
with the
Pac-Man style,
yeah.
like the weird like dog things in Pac-Man World 2, for example.
Oh yeah, those things.
Remember the alligators from Adventures in Time?
I think so.
I've never played Adventures in
Ah,
Time, so
dang
I don't
it.
know. I've always wanted to play Adventures in Time, but I could never. thought it was like a game that never came out because I couldn't fathom the idea of computers having games that weren't like educational shit I played at school.
Cool math games, anyone?
No,
I mean,
I'm thinking more like old CD games, like Zumbinis and shit like that.
now is still as good a time to get it as any because it's like pretty cheap.
You know, one thing that does kind of bother me about this, the text font for like the score and whatnot looks so bland and ordinary. I mean, come on, make it like pixelated or whatever.
I
Make
mean,
it
they.
stylish more.
I don't know. I think like it kind of fit with the technical. Oh shoot,
Oh fuck.
the technical stuff that they were going for.
A lot of the game in general just was kind of like generic.
Like
I
one
don't.
thing that
Well, here's the thing. I don't really agree with that though because it's like there's a reason that it is as interesting as it is because like it's because Pac-Man. It's all this weird stuff is associated with the Pac-Man game. So it's because of that like it's suddenly a little more intriguing.
That happens.
It's okay.
The level design isn't all that great in this game.
it confused the hell out of me as a kid.
It definitely isn't your typical grassland or Buccaneer Beach.
I mean, look, for me growing up, I grew up with things like New Super Mario Bros. On the DS and whatnot. So playing this after like a point A to point B game was like, Mom, I don't know what to do.
I get that.
Hey, for those of you watching, can you tell me if my mic sounds any better? Because one of my friends just DM'd me who's watching the stream right now saying that he can barely hear me. I want to see if I mess with my settings a little bit.
Sorry, your friend has bad hearing.
Hang on. Oh, I think it was because I had the desktop audio low.
Oh,
Try
okay.
it now.
Just real quick, I just want to say something. So, when I was little, I bought Namco Museum DS, and I had no idea there was a sequel to Dig Dug until I bought that. Like, I just thought that thing at the end of Dig Dug was like a graphical change in the original logo. And I loaded it up, and I was so disappointed at first because I was expecting to play the original Dig Dug on it.
I knew it was a thing, but I never really thought much about it. I remember I saw it on Kalove. Anyone else remember that? Killers of video games, or am I the only one who grew up with that?
It does not ring a bell.
Oh damn.
Yeah, Namco Museum DS was the first time I found about Mappy and Tower Draga and a few other games for the first time.
My first Namco game, my first Namco Museum was 50th anniversary.
I think my first Namco Museum was the original Namco Museum for Xbox. The one that had like all the arrangement versions and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that I had first.
It still pisses me off. It will never not piss me off that they just. Why did they leave out Mappy, Xevious, and Rallyx? I still don't understand that.
No idea.
On the Namco Museum for Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with the PS2 version, but still.
They probably just weren't as popular at the time, maybe.
But still, why have three but not the other three, and not even be consistent? Like, there's one like in terms of the arcade releases, there was Volume 1 and Volume 2. Volume 1 had Galaga, Xevious, and Mappy. Volume 2 had Pac-Man, Dig Dug, and Rallyx. They took one from Volume 1 and 2 from Volume 2. Like, I get it, Pac-Man, Galaga, and Dig Dug are like the main three, but still, like, why leave out the others? It's just stupid.
I don't know. They're weird with game selections at times.
I don't know exactly what Irwin's up to, but it involves my home, which is why I'm in a seriously bad mood.
I actually remember when I bought my Namco Museum DS game, I lost the cartridge, and after spending about a month or so and I couldn't find it, I bought a
Hang
new
on.
copy. But then as I was moving houses, I found the old copy, so I just had 2 copies all of a sudden. What fun.
Also, am I the only one who thinks that like the cancel noise in the menu sounds like a computerized fart?
No idea.
I think you guys
It
are just
always
I think you
sounds-
guys
it
are just
always-
nitpicking at this point.
No, I'm just saying. That's not even me. I'm not even I don't mean that as a bad thing. I'm just saying.
There's a lot of I don't like this going on, you know.
I'm sorry. I was never really a fan of World 3.
Nah, it's okay.
Even as a kid, I just thought it was weird.
Yeah, me too. As a kid, I remember hearing about World 3, and I was like, oh my gosh, they made a sequel to Pac-Man World 2, one of my favorite games I grew up with. And I played it, and I just didn't get into it.
Like, I'm not one of those people who thinks it's absolutely terrible, like some other people think it is. But like at the same time, it's just not my thing. Like, I don't think this is like Sonic 06 Pac-Man or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
It just doesn't click with me as well. But then again, I'm not a fan of World 1 either, so maybe I'm just weird. I don't know.
You know what the funny thing is? So I don't know if you guys saw the Pac-Man World 2 stream I did or what, but I mentioned that I kept losing my copy of Pac-Man World 2, and eventually I settled for a complete box copy. So like I lost it like about 4 times. So meanwhile, for Pac-Man World 3, I got a copy of it in 3rd grade for my birthday, and that has been my copy since then. So the opposite situation happened with Pac-Man World 3. Like, that's still my copy of the game.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's funny though. And also as a kid, I just kind of like, ate this stuff up anyway, because you don't really think too much about, the qualities and the aspects of things. You're just like, oh, hey, look, it's Pac-Man.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, like,
Okay.
I think for me, Pac-Man World 2 was such like a big part of my life that this being so weird in comparison it just didn't click with me. And again, I also sucked at the game, so that didn't help.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. Even when I was a kid, the fact that the games on Namco Museum DS, like the aspect ratio on them looks so off. They give you a ton of settings to mess around with, but most of the time it just didn't look right, and that always bugged me.
If you want really bad emulation, play the GBA version of 50th Anniversary.
Oh no, I have that.
Oh, 50th anniversary.
That's not good. I have no idea what they did to the audio in that thing.
Oh my god, I remember the Galaga port on the GBA version of 50th Anniversary scared the shit out of me as a kid. I'm like, what the hell is this? It sounded so weird.
Mom, my Game Boy is possessed.
I remember something fucking fucky happened one time. I remember one time I was playing pole position on the GBA version of Namco Museum. I dropped my GBA, it fell on the floor, I picked it back up. All I heard was the GBA just making the same noise over and over again, and the colors were inverted and shit. I was terrified.
It's a haunted Game Boy
I remember
Advance.
I got to the Big Dark Kill screen in the Namco Museum 50th Anniversary game.
50th Anniversary is pretty good. Like I'm nostalgic towards it, but I think it's one of the better like post PS1 Namco museums.
50th anniversary, you said?
Yeah, because my favorite thing about it is the menus. I want them to do another.
The menu is kick-ass.
Like where it's like an arcade that you select the games through. I love that.
I like that.
Yeah, it's such a good addition.
Like it's not like it's no walking around a 3D museum or anything like that, but it's like if we have to have menus,
it's still stylized and it even has like licensed music.
Right. But if I want, speaking of the license, I can't listen to any of those songs anymore without thinking of 50th Anniversary. It's especially bad because where I work at a Lowe's in my area, and they play "Working for the Weekend" every single time I go to work.
Oh boy.
I'm so sorry.
Also, I just realized I never visited this part.
I like the song. It's just every time I hear it.
Is this Namco music?
I remember my first time hearing one of the songs. I forget which one it was. I'm pretty sure it was Working for the Weekend. I was in an elevator with my mom. We were at like a hotel or something. I was a really little kid, and all of a sudden, Working for the Weekend was playing on the radio, and I was like, "Mommy, that's that game. That's that song in my Namco game."
Okay, no,
Like, I have vivid memories of that for some reason.
Okay. I have something to say. Okay, so when I was little, I used to listen to Minecraft parodies a lot on YouTube because who didn't?
Oh,
Like,
no.
it was like 2000. It was like 2016, whatnot, like 15, 14.
I'm sorry.
And I was listening, and I remember I used to listen to Skyda's Minecraft's New World song a lot. And at the time, I had no idea parodies were a thing. I thought it was an original song. So one day, when the instrumentals to it began playing on the radio, I screamed in my car, "Dad, it's the Minecraft song!"
I bet you anything. In a few years, that's gonna be how people are. That's how a lot of kids are gonna be with What's that song? Hold on.
Jeez.
I'm trying to think. What was it again?
And you could tell I was young too, because I was in like, I think I was in like 4th or 5th grade. Like my dad was driving me to school and came on the radio. I'm like, "Dad, it's the Minecraft song." And then the lyrics started playing. I realized they were different. I was like, "Oh, wait a minute. No, it isn't. Never mind."
So like in the future, kids are gonna be talking about DJ got us falling in love and thinking that it's on Revenge. Like, why isn't this guy talking about creepers and talking about other stuff?
Where is Minecraft Steve at? This isn't the original song.
I actually have a friend who designed one of Captain Sparkle's Revenge T-shirts. Really cool.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
That's neat.
I forgot that in this version the level actually starts a little later than it did in the console game.
Yeah. Be right back. Again.
Okay. I thought that was kind of funny. Okay, so now we're solving a millennium-old puzzle in the second level of the game. Pac-Man specialty. Oh, shoot. I think the controls kind of messed me up there. Oh, I forgot to get that. Okay. But there is one up there. Now if I can just go up. I actually like how natural the platforming feels in this.
It's been years since I've touched World 3, so I really don't remember.
Like, if there is anything I feel like it did very right, it's just the control in general.
Well, yeah, it's certainly not like from a gameplay standpoint. It's certainly, I mean, like, well, aside from the combat, I'm of the opinion that the combat is bad, but other than that, the platforming is really good.
Yeah. I think there's something I'm missing. Maybe I should have used the red dot chain. I kind of wish the rev roll was a little looser, like it was in World 2, but still.
Oh yeah, I remember that used to like throw me off a lot as a kid. I'm like, why does this not work? Because again, Pac-Man World 2 was like when I was a kid, like the only two games that mattered were Pac-Man World 2 and Battle for Bikini Bottom. Playing Pac-Man World 3, it was just like, what is this?
And Battle for Bikini Bottom is getting remastered. Well, getting remade altogether.
And World 2 is
still in our hearts. Still perfectly accessible by other means.
I know, but like I don't want to like turn this into anything, but like I just
yeah, I know. Pac-Man World 2 should be remade.
Y'all do.
It is definitely one of those games that should be remade.
Yeah, I take like a Insane Trilogy-esque remake. It doesn't even have to be a new game. But like,
I always found it odd that the Insane trilogy was able to exist.
it's
Because
I'm really glad it did because it's honestly the whole remake thing. Probably one of my favorite trends of a modern gaming at the moment. Like just taking old games and making them a million times better. I love it.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Like
remakes.
how yeah how like the remake trend in video gaming.
Okay, real quick. Does anyone here remember the world's biggest Pac-Man website where you can make your own maze
Yes.
and play it?
It's still available.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Okay, I was worried. I was worried it got taken down because I love
No,
Pac-Man.
don't worry.
Alright.
It's still a thing.
I don't use Facebook, but honestly, I'm willing to make a Facebook account just to design mazes because some of the stuff people make on there is like really good. And I love I want them to. I know it's never going to happen, but I'd love them to port that to consoles. I'd love that.
Well, if you like that, you should try Pac-Man Ghost and Stage Maker. It's basically a Japanese version of that. Well, it's not a Japanese version of that, but it's like
Are you
a
talking about
Japanese
the
game
mobile
with
game?
this. It's a Japanese game with the same idea, and it's also a web browser
Are you talking
game.
about the mobile game, like the one that Namco made, or are you thinking something else?
No, it's something else.
Because there was an official Pac-Man. Because there was Have any of you guys heard of Pac-Man Maker?
I have, but it's I think it's available. That availability has been limited.
Well, yeah, I think it's like isn't it? It's like an iOS game that's only like it's not even Android. It's only on iOS and it's only in Japan or something like that.
Yeah. But Pac-Man Ghost and Stage Maker is a web browser game, like
Is that
World's
official
Biggest
or is that a
Pac-Man.
fan-made thing?
It's official.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's only in Japanese, but it is perfectly accessible, and you can make levels without a Facebook account.
Still, like, there's just so much stuff
Yeah.
that I just wish that
But-
like they didn't keep on mobile platforms. Like when they ported
Yeah.
250. When they ported 250. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh.
I didn't mean to. Can I get a do-over on that?
No, keep it.
All right, it's time to make your highlight reel.
Imagine if the game just breaks at some point and Pac-Man just T-poses.
Oh no.
I mean, I've played this game a lot of times, but I don't think I would ever get to that point.
You don't know. Emulators can be crazy beasts sometimes.
I mean, this has been running pretty consistently, though.
Well, yeah, but except for that.
No, but something tells me that can be part of the actual game. Oh, jeez. No, Pac-Man, you're facing the wrong way. Okay.
Looks like his sector's getting a little messed up.
That got me messed up.
Also, am I the only one who's noticing that his boots are in the ground?
Yeah, it's like that in all versions, basically.
Oh, really? Because
this is a scripted sequence.
Right. I've owned the PS2 version for a few years. I think I got it at Too Many Games one year, and I haven't touched it yet.
Supposedly, this version is the PS2 version, but handheld.
I mean that's kind of the thing for like all like PSP ports.
I mean, yeah, but
Like the PSP was basically a portable PS2. Let's be real here.
And yet, not nearly enough PS2 games reported to it.
Actually, I don't know if she's ever told you guys this. But Jackie was actually telling me a really interesting theory that she had.
A theory.
Pac Devil and World Rally.
Yes.
She has a theory that Pac Devil was meant to be like a character in the Maze Madness sequel. Because they were being developed around the same time, but Pac Devil was already in World Rally, even though Maze Madness 2 got scrapped, they just didn't bother taking him out.
I guess it depends on how close Maze Madness 2 was being developed at that time.
Right, but I think that's interesting. Like, I'm not. I'm not. Like
Yeah.
she had a lot. She had a lot. Go ahead and ask her. She has a lot more like in depth of the theory, but that's basically the basic gist of it.
I mean, to be real, I am very quick to want to debunk things, but like
Wow. I'm guessing you were all over the Sonic.
that's just
I'm guessing you
me.
were all over that Sonic leak that happened today.
I did not want to touch that because I knew it was just
It was confirmed fake. The guy who made it said he like showed himself.
yeah. Like the thing with leaks is that they're always designed in a way to just bait people because it's always the thing that people want.
I have a funny story about that actually. You know that old Pac-Man leak that was on 4chan a while back? The whole friggin' the one was like it was like a May like announcement thing where they
Oh
were gonna
yeah, the
announce like
one that was
giant Pac-Man
painfully
collection and
fake.
stuff. Yeah, I don't remember if I ever posted this online. I'm pretty sure I posted on Twitter. I made a fake direct one time, and one of the things I put in the fake direct was a port of the mobile version of Pac-Man called Pac-Man Mazes, and they used that same. I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but they used that same name in that leak.
All right, I'm just saying this right now. Can I please talk about how terrible the mobile version of Pac-Man is? I'm just not a fan at
Terrible.
all.
What?
What are you
I
talking
think
about?
it's pretty. I think it's really good.
Okay. It's decent in some areas, but most of the time, it just feels so wrong that I just do not like it.
What's wrong with it? I think having a version of Pac-Man with more than one maze is already makes it better.
Well, I mean, the more than one maze thing is nice, yeah, but like the original version, like it just something about it just feels off. Like it feels like it loses a lot of the like original charm the original had. Like maybe it's something with the sprites and the way their size. I don't know, but it's just something just really looks off about it. That I just don't like it.
The funny thing is, I had actually been playing that a lot lately.
Hey, look! It's the guy who took over the account during Halloween.
Oh snap! It's the Spectral Fiend.
Oh no!
Oh, that's his name.
Yeah,
I never actually
that's
knew that
his
was
name.
his name.
So
I legitimately thought that his name was fucking Mr. Nightmare when I was a kid because I didn't get that far in the game to realize what his name was.
well, I mean, spoiler alert, they never really refer to him by name in the game. You have to
Okay.
like collect one of the cards, I think, to actually get the name.
Oh, okay. Because I remember I used to make like fake World Rally sequel rosters when I was a little kid, and I wanted to put Spectral Fiend in there, but I didn't know what his name was, so I just called him like either Mr. Nightmare or Nightmare.
So the
I
weird
didn't
thing,
know what his name was.
the weird thing is like there's a lot of characters in this game that are like brand new, but like no one ever calls them by name. So you
And
never really
honestly,
know what they're called.
that's another thing I was never really a big fan. Like, even, I played World Rally before I played World 3,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw Irwin, and I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Especially
Like, I'm
because,
sorry, I don't like Irwin as a character.
especially when he
I
looks,
don't think he fits
especially
at
when
all.
he looks like he was like ripped right out to destroy all humans. You know.
He does look like a Destroy All Humans character now that I think about it. Fuck. That's great.
And he's in
Anyway,
Pac-Man.
Anyway, hang on one second. Did anyone here grow up with Namco Museum Remix or Namco Museum Mega Mix on the Wii?
Remix for me.
I grew up with both. I remember Remix was like the main reason why I wanted to get a Wii.
I think I only grew up with Mega Mix, and I recently bought it again just to play it, and it's pretty fun.
Mega Mix is the better game. Like it's
It
literally
really is,
just Remix with more shit.
I mean, like the remakes are better, but the remakes are better. But I remember the only reason I bought it at first was because it had more arcade games on it.
Well, yeah, that's why I bought it too. When I first saw the trailer for it, I really didn't care about the new stuff. I was just more like, oh shit, they have this thing. They have. I think it was like the first time I ever played Pack and Pal.
Yeah.
But the thing with Remix is that Remix's game selection was weird, like
Yeah.
really weird.
It was.
Like there was no Pac-Man, no Galaga, neither Rally X.
Actually, yeah, there was no Pac-Man is definitely a weird thing for an Namco museum.
like I'm thankful that they have other more obscure Pac-Man games like Super Pac-Man and Pac-Man
Yeah.
Power are definitely like good choices. Because especially
Oh,
for
yeah.
me, because I have like I love Super Pac-Man. It's probably my favorite. Probably my favorite arcade.
And Pac and Pal
arcade.
literally like didn't come out in the US until then.
Well, hold on. I remember what came first? Did Remix come out first, or did the
Yeah,
Super
remix.
Pac-Man? No, I mean no. I mean like, was it Remix that came out first, or the Super Pac-Man plug and play?
Uh,
Because I know because the
Did
Super
it have
Pac-Man
it on
plug
there?
and play had Pac and Pal.
I'm not sure. Plug and plays are kind of quiet on dates.
Here, let me look it up. Let me see if I can find anything on it.
But yeah, Pac and Pal didn't even like come out in the US until then.
Yeah, Megamix definitely feels like a lot more fitting.
It
Well,
feels more
because
polished.
Megamix added like the games that were being remixed.
Yeah, even then they added some more like off the wall games. Like they had stuff like King and Balloon and Pac-Mania.
Yeah.
Like King and Balloon is always a treat. I don't know. I love that game.
I don't think I've played that one actually.
I remember I had Battle Collection as a kid. And Battle Collection was really I remember my first experience with Battle Collection. I don't know if I'll ever meet this guy ever again. It was my first time on an airplane, and the kid next to me on the airplane had a PSP, and he let me try out Namco Museum Battle Collection, and it was great.
That's cool.
I'll probably never meet that guy again, but hey, like if by some chance you remember this and you're watching this somehow, hit me up.
He's
I
just
don't
in
know.
the
There's
stream. He's just watching it. It's like,
not
oh
that
shit,
there's
that's
a lot
me.
of people watching anyway.
I'm just saying, like on the off chance. I'm just joking, but still, that was cool. It's the main reason why I went and bought a PSP.
That's cool.
But speaking of Battle Collection, we were robbed in the U.S. of Battle Collection stuff because Japan got like 2 versions of Battle Collection, and it was like Volume 1 was like the basic stuff like Pac-Man, Galaga, Rally X, Dig Dug, and the arrangements and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then Volume 2 had a bunch of stuff that we never got in the U.S. version, because the U.S. version is kind of a mix of the two, but missing like 3 things out of the Japan Volume 2. The Volume 2 in Japan had Dragon Spirit and 2 new arrangements. It was a second Pac-Man arrangement and a Motos arrangement.
I mean, I don't really think it's that much though, because they're basically just revisions
I know,
with
but
like
like
different decals
it
and
just kind
stuff.
of sucks that they went and like mixed the two for the international release, but they didn't bother adding the extra stuff.
Yeah, but like
why?
at the same time, you had to buy those separately in Japan.
Right, but
It's
like if you're
too.
gonna mix the two in the U.S., why don't you just go the whole 9 yards and do everything else? Like, why leave out like 3 things? Plus, I can't find anything I can't find any gameplay for Pac-Man Arrangement Plus anywhere.
I do remember seeing gameplay footage before, but like
Maybe it's buried somewhere on the
it's
internet,
this
but I can't find it on YouTube.
from what I've seen, it's basically the same game but with like different graphics and stuff for the mazes.
Right. And if I'm being brutally honest, if we're ever getting a new Maze Pac-Man game, I want it to look kind of like the Battle Collection arrangement, because that had a really good art style, if I'm being honest.
It's pretty clean.
Then again, it could be nostalgia talking because I grew up with Battle Collection. So.
I mean, nostalgia talking is why Pac-Man World 4 is in our collective consciousness.
That's true.
Nostalgia is why Pac-Man's still a thing in general. Just like,
that's true.
All these mini arcades and stuff. That's like the reason.
I mean, you know.
Oh, speaking of the mini arcades, the My Arcade stuff, I have the Namco Museum one. It's really nice, but the really old, the really like the younger games, like stuff like Helios and the later Rolling Thunders, they run like garbage on that thing.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. The emulation is not very good on those games.
That's
The animation is
disappointing.
fine on like the old games, like Pac-Man is a little bit weird, but like all the old stuff, like Pac-Man, Mappy, Galaga, etc., etc. Those run fine, but like I tried Helios on that thing, Jesus, like oh my god.
I'm just gonna say right now, that thing should not be $70, which is the current price
Wait,
for it.
what?
And when
It's
it launched,
70?
That thing was 90.
it's
That thing was
$70.
90 when it came out.
Okay, yeah. It's
Hello?
$70 right now. But when it first came out and when I first bought it, it was 120.
Wait,
I
hold on. Do
oh
you live in the U.S. or Canada?
US.
Okay, then why the? Because I don't remember it
What?
ever being 120 in the U.S. I
what
remember it
the
was always like 90, like around 90 or 100.
I got it on Walmart's website back when it first came out, and that's when I first got it. Also, the Namco Museum was my first ever My Arcade product ever, so I didn't know what I was gonna expect.
I remember I wanted it a year. I remember it got delayed like a million times. It was like the big thing that I wanted for Christmas back in 2018, but it never came out. So instead, I asked for a bunch of the smaller ones because I found. Because what happened, I initially bought the Galaga one for my dad because my dad is like obsessed with the one video game that he gets obsessed with is Galaga, so I got it for him. But
Galaga's
I
fun.
asked for him the Dig Dug and Mappy ones, and they're pretty nice, especially the Mappy one because they like never re-released the NES version of Mappy, and it's still in Japan. It's really interesting.
Okay. I am gonna say this right now. Even though My Arcade uses the NES ROMs, okay. Here's the thing. As long as they're good versions of the game, I don't mind. Like things like Galaxian are pretty good versions of the NES on the NES, so it doesn't really bother me all that much. But then we get into territory like Miss Pac-Man for the NES, which just does not look right at all.
Well, I mean, at the same time, I think it's interesting that these versions are getting re-released because they never get re-released. Hang on, hold on a sec. I'll be right back.
Yeah, but it just seems like the cheap way of doing it because
I mean, yeah, like, hey, remember when Jack Specifics used the NES on chip technology, which is what My Arcade is using, and they remade the games to look like actually really good? Like, people couldn't tell the difference between the arcade versions and those versions.
Looks like that's where I need to be.
And what boggles my mind too is that on My Arcade's Pocket Player machine, they have a version of Pac-Man on it that I've never seen anywhere else. It's not the NES version, it's not the arcade version. It's like a custom-made version.
really,
And I think it's a pretty good version as well, aside from the audio, which is not good on that thing. But everything else is still pretty decent. And I'm wondering why they haven't like re-released their like. I think it'd be a really smart marketing decision to re-release their mini Pac-Man machine with that version of the game instead of the NES version.
really.
It's more like it's more arcade-like, and I think it would just fit a lot better for that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought like using the NES ROMs for the plug and plays were pretty cheap. Because it's like, are you really not going to go to the extent of using the actual arcade games?
It's funny too, because Basic Fun also started out using NES ROMs. Like I have their like Frogger, Cuber, Centipede. Well, not Centipede, but the Frogger and Cuber ones are the NES ROMs, and the Centipede is the Atari 7800 version.
Well, Basic Fun did like LCD games based off of the arcade games.
Yeah, they did, but okay. I had their Galaga LCD thing I got for Christmas, and
Here's
I
the
just want to say
camera.
how much I do not like it.
Okay. All right,
Oh,
we're
nice.
safe.
Yeah, but yeah, so I had Basic Fun's Galaga low LCD screen, and it does not work well at all. Like if you put Galaga on like a Game & Watch type thing, it's rarely gonna work, and it's just, this one doesn't really work at all. And
They did a Galaga one for that?
Yeah, they made a Galaga one. I got it for Christmas, and
That's
it's like
weird.
it's right here in my hands, but it's just not a very good version. It runs terribly.
Yeah,
Like,
that's weird.
I have my mom gave me the Pac-Man one because actually it was a gift that she got.
Ah,
It was
shoot.
like she works at a
Controller
school
messed
and like
me
we were
up.
doing this Secret Santa thing between all the teachers, and her Secret Santa got her the little Pac-Man LCD thing, and she gave it to me because she was never going to use it and I never played it. But I like tried the demo, and I don't know, those things never really appeal to me that much.
Yeah,
I like them
think they were
enough.
kind of cheap.
Like, weirdly, I like the fact that it ends after a few levels.
oh yeah.
Because
Okay.
it's just like, hey, I can kill.
Wait, hold on, did you eat a pack dot while that cutscene was playing?
I might have.
Rewind the footage.
I can't. It's live.
I know. I saw it. Like the point thing popped up during the
Camera?
cutscene.
Okay.
Damn, we're getting Mario 64 up in here.
Don't do Mario 64 dirty like that. What was I talking about?
We were talking about the
yeah,
Mario Arcade stuff.
So yeah, I thought it was cool because it's like, oh, I get to kill a few minutes with this thing, or something like that, and it's just a nice little
And Pac-Man is
collectible
running
thing.
while the cutscene's playing.
Right.
Yeah, that
I
tends
do
to
also have to
happen in
say-
this.
Okay, I do have to say, one thing I do also like about Basic Fun is how they have a Fix-It Felix Jr. machine. I want
Oh,
more
yeah, I
companies
saw
to
that.
re-release it. Like, I think that would be really nice to like re-release it with the same like arcade like ROM that Disney used.
Yeah.
I think that would be like really neat.
Well, actually, so the interesting thing about the actual Fix It Felix Jr. game, so it uses, it's actually just a glorified computer with an exe running,
Really?
and the
I thought
exe
it was
and
like a
the
main
exe
ROM.
has the game.
And I'm sure. I'm sure there's still some ways to make it work.
Yeah.
I was always thinking it was just some kind of main ROM or something like that.
No, that's just how much attention to detail that they put into that. But like, when you unravel that part of the game, it's actually just an exe file.
How many Fix It Felix machines are out in the wild nowadays?
I have no idea.
That's tough to tell.
Because I remember, I went to Disney World like the year before Disney Quest closed down, and oh my god, those things were everywhere in fucking Disney Quest, dude.
Yeah, they were. There was
Like,
even like an area that only had them.
Other than that, Disney Quest was awesome though. It was like a giant like arcade.
I freaking miss Disney Quest.
It was really cool. It was my first time. It was my first time playing Pac-Man Battle Royale, and that was pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
That was like back when Battle Royale first came out. I remember like when everyone was freaking out about it.
And that was the first time I saw a Super Pac-Man cabinet.
But
among other things.
I remember when now I tried it on the little mini arcade. I think it's a fine game, but like when I first played it at Disney Quest, I thought Fix It Felix kind of sucked.
Yes.
I didn't get it, honestly. I didn't get how it worked.
I grew up playing the mobile version that just like I just kept repeating over and over again, and then eventually I tried out the Flash version online, and then I downloaded the EXE version. And
oh yeah, they made a Flash version.
You want to know what I really want to try out? Actually, no, I have played this version, but I want to get like a physical version of it. I want to get a repro card of the Genesis port.
Oh yeah.
But I'm fairly certain that Basic Fun used the Flash version of the game because like I put it side by side to the Flash version, and it's almost identical aside from.
You guys ready to see some more Spectral Fiend?
Oh boy, I cannot wait.
Ooh, fancy CGI. I think, unless this is just like
That is weird how the PSP version has them in FMVs while the console game has
this isn't CG. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just thought of something so cursed. What if that Pac-Man model had teeth?
Stop! No. I don't want to envision that.
For a few years, stop.
Oh no!
Why is this an FMV?
Why did she give her like a friggin' like Valley Girl voice?
Here it is.
Oh hey, okay.
And that's the only name that people can actually refer to.
Yeah, that's why I called him That's why I called him Mr. Nightmare as a kid.
That's literally the only name that he gets. I do like the voice acting on these guys though. Definitely makes the dialogue like, I guess, lively.
Kick him. Just do that. Just kick him off.
But that would have been too simple.
The fucking Sonic
Oh, there we
06
go.
scene where fucking Silver like kicked Shadow in the head or something. What was it? Shadow kicked Silver in the head. I don't remember, but one of them kicked one of them in the head or some shit like that.
Yeah, Shadow kicked Silver in the head.
I remember as a kid, I was kind of confused on what Spectral Fiend was supposed to be. Like, I thought he was like an evil like Pac-Man doppelganger that Irwin made or something like that. Is that what he's supposed to be, or is he supposed to be something completely different?
No
They
idea.
do not go into detail on that.
Okay, so I'm just gonna keep my head canon then.
He just exists.
Like that's what I always thought that I always thought that he was just like an evil doppelganger of Pac-Man or something like
No,
that.
he's just some guy that Irwin knows, and he just goes after Pac-Man because.
Also, it just occurred in my head that Irwin is just Irwin is just a discount embryo.
What? Damn, bro.
Oy.
Hey, Miss Pac-Man likes me cuddly, okay?
Also, while we were on the topic of basic fun, I just really gotta get something off my back. Can I please talk about like how? Okay, so the fact that they're using like custom-made ROMs is like really neat, and not NES ROMs is really neat. Like, they look and sound almost identical to the arcade version, but what makes me so upset is that the gameplay on a good majority of them is not good at all, and it just kills the experience for me almost instantly. Like in the Galaga machine, when the aliens are shooting down at you, like instead of the shot being straight and going down, like they like turn towards you and fire in that direction. And another thing, with most Galaga remakes, I don't know why, but whenever the aliens fly down, the animation is never smooth and it's always jerky.
Yeah. I think
so
I saw that before.
That personally, that's kind of why I like to stick to my thing with Basic Fun is that I don't like the design of their cabinets.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, so
Like,
we're
that's why I like My Arcade. Like say what you will about My Arcade using the NES ROMs and everything like that. The design of the machines is really good.
Also, the their Pac-Man machine. I don't know why they didn't. Okay, when they re-released their Pac-Man machine, I was really hoping they would
here
actually
comes a new character.
art, but no, it's just the same exact thing as the original, and it looks too similar to their other Pac-Man release, which is why I don't really like it.
I have no idea who this guy is.
Oh.
I played this game so many times, and I still don't know this guy's name.
I'm sure it's on the wiki somewhere.
Probably.
I don't even remember this guy, if I'm being honest.
He literally appears like just here.
Maybe I skipped this. Maybe I like just completely like zoned out when I was a kid playing this because I don't remember that guy at all.
Yeah.
Like I remember this section with the super stomp and everything, but I don't remember that guy.
Because he only speaks like a couple times entirely.
But I'm back on My Arcade. Like what I was gonna say before I left. I think that it's cool that they re-released that they use the NES ROMs. I mean, like at the very least, they're not advertising it as the original arcade version. Like they make it clear it's the NES ROMs.
Except for one, on their Pac-Man machine, they took a screenshot from the internet and then just like put it on the machine. Like every single other one of their products,
yeah,
NES screenshots, but the Pac-Man one.
It's ugly.
I don't know. I'm getting a bit of at games false advertisement flashbacks. I don't know about you.
But other than that, I mean, I don't think they're anywhere near at games level, like at all.
Oh,
but
yeah, definitely not.
But like I have like I wanted to have like as hold on, my fucking brain is not working at the moment. But the Mappy one, again, I think that's cool because again, that never got released in America and it rarely ever gets re-released. So
I'm still trying to find the Mappy one.
Oh, I have one. It is kind of hard to come by nowadays, though. So,
well, I'm gonna try to just buy it online or something if I can't find it anywhere else.
And then there's also what was it? The Galaxian one because Galaxian never gets re-released on the NES and it was Japan exclusive.
Oh yeah, I had that as well.
And there was also Rolling Thunder. Like I remember I didn't even know Rolling Thunder had an NES version for a while until I was randomly researching Tengen stuff for some reason. I noticed that did a release of Rolling Thunder on the NES, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Okay, while we're on the topic of My Arcade and Galaxian, since you have the My Arcade Namco Museum machine, you know how botched the Galaxian runs terribly on that thing. Like,
I don't
have you
think I
played
touched
it?
Galaxian on that one, to be honest. I don't think I tried
It's
it
so
yet.
bad. Like, okay, if you have it near you, just boot it up real quick and select Galaxian, and look at the frame rate, the choppiness. It's so bad.
Here,
Like,
let me
what
see.
did
I
they
can plug it in.
do?
I can plug it in right now. Where's the plug for it?
Yeah, just do it. Just like plug it
Here.
in, and just plug it and turn it on. It's like Galaxian. Look at the frame rate it's running, and it's like it looks so bad. It's almost
Yeah, I have it
unplayable.
right here. Sorry if I blast my microphone with this thing.
You guys sure are into my arcades. Or
I
arcade
like it.
stuff.
I like it more for the aesthetic rather than like actually playing them, because I just think they look cool.
Yeah. It's just funny you guys kind of like went on this long about them.
There is a lot to talk about, clearly.
That's cool though.
Speaking of these kind of companies, has anything come out of the At Games Namco thing yet?
I have not been keeping track
No,
of that, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I don't follow At Games at all, so I don't know what they're doing nowadays.
I mean, they're doing things. Probably not appealing things, but they're things.
Sure, there's an audience for it.
For better or for worse.
That is some cracking. I hear some audio cracking in there.
Okay,
Jeez.
they're playing it on the right?
Wow,
I
holy
think
shit! You were not kidding. God damn, how the
it's
fuck
so
do you mess that
bad.
up?
What?
This game
What
is
did
from
they do?
1979.
I heard the Galaxian noises, so I knew what was going on.
It sounds so crackly. It just crackles. Like, what the fuck is up with that?
It runs terribly. Like, what did they do? Like, you got some things right with like the Pac-Man and Galaga emulations, but this one is just, oh my gosh.
The Galaga is like almost Galaxian is almost straight up Space Invaders.
Right,
I never liked Galaxian when I was a kid. Like, I liked Galaga a lot, but I just didn't like Galaxian because it was too slow for me.
Yeah, same. I still don't like it because of that.
I've grown nicer to it.
I am very much a Galaga person.
Yeah, I still think Galaga's the better game, obviously, but I don't hate Galaxian anymore. I think it's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was definitely of the time.
Yeah.
Like, didn't Galaxian come out before Pac-Man?
Yeah, Galaxian came out before.
Yeah,
Pac-Man.
yeah. Galaxian was 79. Pac-Man was 80.
Yeah. So here I am with the electroshock power pellets about to run out, and I am doing
and you
things.
fell off the stage.
Yeah, I fell off the stage. Don't worry, that happens a lot, but that's okay because this game is pretty generous with the live system. Because when you fall, you only lose one leg, not one wedge, which is definitely definitely a lot more lenient than Pac-Man World 2, where you just flat out die. So I'm supposed to be like building like not building, but like moving a thing that creates a bridge across the way.
I'm looking at chat right now. Jackie said Jackie said, "Imagine Pac-Man with Fiend's teeth."
Oh, please.
Oh, hang on.
No.
Hold on. My dog's throwing a fit. I'll be back.
Alright. And now, for the first time ever, Pinky is playable in a few confined sections. Gameplay. Where's the third one? Oh, there it is. Just got that. There. I love how there's just like these few little crows. Or are they vultures? I don't know. I just like how they're just hanging out over there. Can't even see anything below them. Guess you gotta create background scenery somehow. Alright. So now I'm back as Pac-Man. As you can tell, I'm not really a collectibles kind of person, so I'm just going through the levels. Can I just... yeah. Pet crows. Alright, I think I'm good here, but I guess I'll kill a few more of these guys. There we go. I like that they have these like camera angles that let you know where you're supposed to go next. Definitely helps make things less confusing. Ah, shoot. For some reason these jumps like mess me up a lot. I don't know what it is about them. Wait, the fruits and statues unlock cards, but I thought you had to like collect the cards themselves in the levels. I mean, it's definitely a good thing the Pac Dots don't do anything because, you know, Pac-Man World 2 definitely made that a thing. These posters are funny. There's just weird propaganda posted onto these buildings, even though, like, these aren't Irwin's machines anyway. Okay, it's both. So there's both cards you collect and you use fruits and stuff to collect cards. Okay. More propaganda Irwin doesn't need to have here. I think they must have really liked this level because there's a lot of weird platformy stuff, and it's often been used in like promo footage and demos. Well, this game is like one of the games that's least like a Pac-Man game, so I guess it is appropriate that there are no purposes for Pac-Dots. Hey, there's Red Gem. Or Crystal, rather.
All right, sorry, I gotta head out for the night.
Okay.
All right, it was fun. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun talking with you guys and being on stream. Let me know when the next one's gonna happen. I'll try to hop in next time. All right.
Okay.
All right. See you guys later.
See ya. So I guess the gameplay might be a little more quieter now. Ah, shit. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, what was I doing? So first I get this. I guess it is worth noting that there was going to be like a shop feature here where you could like swap out power-ups and stuff, but I don't really think it had pack thoughts in mind for that. And yeah, this game was not, it definitely wasn't a million seller, that's for sure. Would I play Ghostly Adventures on stream? I mean, I wouldn't be against it. I just don't, have a PC version. Or, I guess any version of the game for that matter. I got rid of them some years back. But I am always open to revisiting games in case my opinions on them change. It's always fun. I'm not sure if Ghostly Adventures will run well on this computer, though. It's not really a gaming computer. It definitely can't run Sonic Generations that well. Okay. Fortunately, games like these aren't very demanding, since they're, pretty old. Just gotta put these plugs in. I always thought this conversation was kind of weird because, like, suddenly Pac-Man is snapping out when these guys aren't even, like, saying anything that's worth snapping out on. Really, there's a lot of little conversations in this game that seem weird. Kind of like as if they needed to just, make the air atmosphere a little more lively somehow. Come on. Let me just make this jump. There we go. And I think this should be the last part of the level, because everything is all put in place now. I'll look into it, Jackie. There are games that can run on the computer fine enough, and there are some games that don't. It's very, you know, sporadic like that.
Gee, it doesn't look.
Blow it up then.
I mean, yeah, the dialogue is fun. It's definitely adds a lot of character.
Kinda hard to type with boxing gloves on, Horse. Got a plan B?
It's just when the tone gets more sporadic that, you know, it gets a little questionable.
Waka waka.
Alright, time to take care of these things. Can I? Yeah. Don't touch me. No! Stop. Let me do my thing. Come on. There we go. I do like these bits where the mazes are actually required to beat the level. It's cute. Mainly because of how they're represented as arcade machines. The mazes themselves are actually not too shabby either. I kind of wish they were, you know, thematically more varied like the ones in the previous World games, but for what they're worth, they at least play pretty well. Although that vehicle that, like, creates dots can get pretty annoying. Like, there it is now. Good thing I was able to eat it in time. Wait, am I missing dots? Oh, there it is. There we go. Yeah, the mazes definitely feel arrangement-esque. Which is kind of funny because a new version of arrangement came out that year.
We have to move on now. I have a lock on 5. He's in the spectral realm.
Sure thing, Horse. See you later, construction guy.
And there goes the construction guy. Oh, it was nice to know him while he lasted.
Ooh, my eyes are spinning, so I'm guessing I'm back in the spectral realm. It's a nice surprise, Orson.
So here's another level that, in the PSP version, starts later than it actually should.
Clyde? Hey, it's been a long time
I
since
do
we
wonder
talked about
why
this
that
since
is.
Red. I really do feel almost nostalgic, Horse. But me rescuing ghosts? I tell you, it's just not natural.
Natural or not, Pac-Man, you need to do it. Clyde's a fighter, and he'll be vital in our war against Irwin.
Well, it wasn't like the PSP was, it wasn't like the PSP was a flop or anything. Like, it definitely sold enough to, you know, for companies to see the demand in it. So they would definitely want to at least have some games on there. Yes, this game has the Blinky Clyde error. The infamous Blinky Clyde error. Because this is the newest game at the time. And it was one that Namco were kind of banking on the most for Pac-Man's 25th anniversary.
Ah, heck, sorry, it was gone for so long. I was doing a lot of things at once. People came in, talking.
That's okay.
Alright, so what's happening right now?
I am back in the spectral realm trying to find Clyde. You know, the red ghost, Clyde.
Oh, right, yeah. Wait. Okay. Wait a minute. Why are you saying Clyde's the red ghost? Isn't he the blue ghost or the orange ghost?
This is one of those games where they mix up Blinky and Clyde. So, like, Blinky is the orange ghost and Clyde is the red one.
I'm still one of those people who absolutely hate the ghost being in, like, the wrong color.
Oh, shoot, I fell off the platform.
Oh! It just fall. Nice.
Alright, that's alright. I can get back there.
Oh.
I can. Trust me. I'm good at video games.
I can see. Showing off your excellent gaming skills as we speak.
Yeah. Alright.
So actually, on My Arcade's Pocket Player that I was talking about, they have a custom ROM, like I said before, but the ghosts are so wrong. Alright, so you know how, like, when the ghosts, when the game starts, the ghosts have, like, all the ghosts have, like, a certain position they go to, like, Pinky is below Blinky, and then, Inky and Clyde are next to her.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Okay, so you have, like, the Pac-Man game,
Yeah.
with, like, the ghost house, and then, like, Blinky's at the top, Pinky is below Blinky, and then Inky is to the left of Pinky, and Clyde's to the right of Pinky. And you know how that's the order, right?
Uh-huh.
My Arcade has got that wrong, and it's so annoying. Like, it still plays fine, but just, like, when I'm looking at a picture of that up close, I just can't help but feel like, why?
That's funny. Alright. So now it's time to take care of some more spectrals. Some more of those weird guys. Ever notice how, like, these guys are built up to be supposedly stronger than ghosts, but they don't really do anything, you know, that much better than ghosts? And they can still be eaten with a power pellet?
We are much better than the ghost. However, we can still die if you eat that thing. Like, that's like crystal meth for Pac-Man. Please don't.
What are we doing right now? Hang on a moment. Okay. So there's Clyde. He's kind of in a cage-like structure. And he's got a weird voice.
Did I hear something tiny squeak?
I mean, Clyde's just weird in general, so it doesn't surprise me.
Gets yourself all caged up, so the yellow fella gets the mark. Go on then, Munchie. Mark away.
You know, those bars are kind of wide. I mean, like, the gaps between the bars are kind of wide.
Not much, only a little.
He can probably just get out of there.
Aren't they a ghost? Can't they just, like, face through it or whatever?
I feel like that question would, like, render a lot of situations, you know, obsolete.
Wait a minute. In the arcade version of Pac-Man, wasn't there, like, a cutscene that showed, like, the ghost skin being ripped off and showing, like, human skin or whatever?
Yeah, like, they were... Like, they weren't, like, ghosts per se, but they were, like, monsters.
The big reveal.
I mean, you know, sometimes Pac-Man games refer to them as monsters rather than ghosts, but... Because they look like ghosts, they're ghosts.
I remember back in, like, the early 80s or whatever, when Atari still had the rights to Pac-Man, they were just taking down any game that was similar to Pac-Man at all, like, whatsoever.
Definitely didn't stop a lot of them from being made.
Oh yeah, it definitely did it. In fact, I think on the Twitter account, the No Context Twitter account, you posted a picture of, like, something called, what was it, Crazy Audio? Something like that? Oh, no, it's not Crazy Audio. Hang on. Second. Casey Munchkin, and that was it. Casey Munchkin was actually like the game that Atari tried going after the most.
Really?
Really, yeah. What happened was, originally they were supposed. Okay, so the person who designed that game was originally going to design a Pac-Man for that game, for their system, but Atari had the rights, so they couldn't do it. So instead, he was told to make a version that's similar to Pac-Man, but not entirely,
Right.
and that's what eventually became Crazy Auto, or Casey Munchkin, which is like the Pac-Man gobbler thing, like the blue one that you posted on your Twitter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's eventually what became of that product.
And now we get to play as Cloud. Oh.
Well, that was short-lived.
Okay, so we get to play as Clyde for the first time ever. Yay! He does this. This is his thing. And he can also do a scary thing that allows him to knock down structures somehow.
Looks like you have your uses after all.
Hey, a sip of munchie, okay?
Easy now, I don't mean nothing by it. I'm just a little upset because my boy Pinky and Blinky have gone AWOL, and I'm betting
I do
the
like
Santa
how
Claus me up
the
for
game
them, too.
has these, like, you know, personalities for these
I'm just
characters.
trying to get rid of some siphons to stop this realm collapsing around our ears.
Siphons? Like machines? I ain't seen nothing like that. Just a big old swirl ring.
Spectral Realm was a weird place, though. The way it's meant to be, like, the ghost's home.
I got a quick question, actually. Do you know about Numbskull, right?
Yeah, they make some of those mini arcades.
Yeah. So, just out of curiosity, if they ever release things like a Pong machine or whatnot, like, how do you think that would work? Cause like the joystick, like, I can make sense. Like, you just grab this top part. But if you're gonna recreate like a Pong machine or whatever that have like little like sliders or whatever, like, how do you think that would translate? Well, it's like a tiny machine like that.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it would still be possible, but I'm not sure those things are meant to be played with, like, you know, 2 hands on it.
Right. They actually are coming out with a Bubble Bubble machine, and apparently it is going to have like 2 controllers for like 2 players. So can't wait to see what how that works.
So there's controllers that plug into it.
Who knows?
I feel like that's what's going to be happening.
Well, I mean, like they posted a picture on their website about like what the Bubble Bobble machine is gonna look like, and it's literally like a Bubble Bobble machine with 2 joysticks on it. So it's like you have the little time machines, but it has 2 joysticks now. So it kind of makes me wonder, like, how is it gonna work with 2 players if 2 people decide to play with each other?
If there's going to be 2 joysticks on it, that's going to be awfully cramped. Because it's still like a little thing.
Right.
Alright. No, I don't want the statue. I'm trying to find the right way.
Hang on 1 second.
Okay. Right. There we go. And there's a button there. missing right buttons. Oh, no, 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 no. I think I'm a little lost right now, but I've cleared enough of this level for me to, you know, find the right way in due time. Actually, am I supposed to go up here? Yeah, it seems like I'm supposed to go up here instead. Whatever then.
You seem awfully fond of the spectral realm, Horse. I guess it looks different to ghosts.
It looks different to everyone who comes here, Pac-Man. It reacts to expectation, you see. It's really a sea of potential, which is probably why it makes such a tempting target for that power-hungry villain.
Alright, so we have another little maze-esque setup here. And more spectral ones. Yeah, deep Pac-Man lore. If by deep you mean... I don't know where I was going with that, to be honest. I don't really know, though. This doesn't really seem like the kind of place that ghosts would live in. It just seems like a platforming level. Although I guess they put that there as a means to, you know, keep it up in interpretation. Ah, dang it. Alright. Just gotta get back up there. Okay. I will say I do like how abstract this is. What with the weird spinny things that are clipping through each other and all that. It's all very, like, mythical looking. I also like the fog effects in these. And so now we approach the end of the level, where it's another siphon, but
That's just a swirl. I can't hack that.
this time there is no Pac-Man machine, so you know.
If you can knock something suitably large into the vortex, it should knock it out completely.
Sounds like when Miss Pack sucks up one of my power pellets in the vacuum cleaner. Power pellet. Hate to admit it, I need help. Must be
Yeah, I gotta summon Clyde, so Clyde can take care of all this. Now, the weird thing with parts like these is that even though you're, using a different character and having these new abilities at your hand, there's no real, consequence for dying and stuff like that. You just respawn and keep killing them. So it kind of makes me think that, sections like that are kind of unfinished by design. It's like maybe ghosts actually would have had effect on Pac-Man's life or something like that.
Yeah, we met before. He's an idiot.
And then, of course, you also have the spectral fiend here.
Of my intellectual faculties, Pac-Man.
You never really get to fight him. He's just there.
Your onions to an integral fragility, you cowardly, conniving conster.
And I'm back again.
Idea what a fragility is.
Hello.
I'd like to see his onion subjected to it. Go get him, Red.
Alright, so it's more Clyde fighting, if I can find the, Okay, he's over there.
What's fun?
No, wait, no, I'm supposed to wall jump up here. Okay. Forgot about that for a moment. So yeah, it's just a bunch of this until the level's over.
One thing that I was actually thinking about doing is because we were talking so much about all these companies releasing mini arcades and full size arcades and whatnot. And one of the things I was actually thinking about doing is making a custom tier list with all the companies' names and just seeing what people do with it.
You mean names of the mini arcade distributors and stuff like that?
Yeah, things like Basic Fun, Numbskull, My Arcade, Arcade One Up, have all their names or the company's logo or whatever, and to see where people rank them from S to F or whatever. I think that'd be kind of neat to see it.
I guess it would, but I personally don't think about it that much because they're just versions of Pac-Man and Glacian and Dig Dug and all that.
I mean, yeah, but I guess
it doesn't make that much a difference to me because of what the games are.
I mean, I guess so, but then you also have the ways that how companies do it, do they do it a good way or not?
Perhaps.
I mean, I guess just for the people who are interested in it, so we'll see what happens.
Of course. Alright. Time to summon Clyde.
Oh.
As you can see, your worst nightmare is doing quite a number on me by not being here at all.
Clyde for... Can we get Blinky/Clyde for Smash? He looks pretty OP.
I mean, he definitely is. There is no way to really kill him. He just responds.
Alright, well, now I gotta go unload things from my van. Today has been quite a day.
Yeah, I could tell. You keep popping in and out.
I'm trying to stay, but so much is coming up. I had a friend over, dinner came by, we were talking. Oh my god. I'll try to be fast, but this should be it. I hope.
Alright. Don't rush yourself.
So that's an integral fragility. Neat.
And now we're out of the spectral realm again. Or at least we will be after this dialogue exchange is over.
No one can lock the big red in a cage and expect to remain unthrown in a swirly vortex thing. No, sir.
Whoa, we shouldn't have messed with you, Clyde.
Do the ghost have skin? Don't know about that.
New and exciting place. Same risk of being eaten. Welcome
Believe
to
it or
cave
not,
life.
this is actually one of the first levels I played of this game. So I mentioned earlier that I got the game for my birthday at 3rd grade, and what happened was I was over at a friend's house, and she had an Xbox, and apparently she happened to have one of these games for the system. So of course, me being the big Pac-Man fan I was, I wanted to give it a shot, and when I booted it up, this was the level that the save file was on. So I played some, and I quite dug it because, like I said, I was a kid, and I pretty much ate anything up that, had the characters I was interested in at the time. And after I was done with that, and like my birthday was coming up not too long from then, she asked if I wanted the game for my birthday. And I was like, yeah. That was the wrong button to press. So that is how I got my copy of Pac-Man World 3 for the Nintendo GameCube.
Well, I can't say that was the friendliest welcome I've ever had, Ors.
I think this is, yeah. This may be the level with the first boss.
Where am I, by the way?
High up in the Cragstone Mountains. I've no idea why Erwin would want to build sightings here.
Oh yeah,
The one
Craigstone.
in Mecca made a kind of sense, as the fabric of
This is like one of the other few locations in the game where you actually, are given an idea of where you are,
I've been flummoxed from the start, and I'm doing
as
okay.
opposed to some random unknown location that only has a name through the level select. Weirdly, I quite enjoy how this level's aesthetic is. It's all very mountainous and stuff. Though it probably could be because of the fact that there wasn't this much green earlier into the game. Like, this is the first level of the game where it's like an actual grassland area. Ah yes, there's more things to collect in this level as well. Yeah. So this is a level where you're going to be seeing a lot of that.
I'm gonna be doing a lot of this, aren't I?
Think of it as a valuable learning experience.
Fun. Oh, shoot. No, please don't leave it up. Okay. You...
ghost town?
The last registered inhabitants were a
It's
group
kind of
called
weird he would
Pelicans
use
who
that
were
phrase considering,
studying some local caverns. But I've no
all
library
these
with them.
visible
Maybe
ghosts
Irwin's
that
unannounced
he's
policy
come to
towards
know.
humanoids, his robots I mean, scared them away. It looks like some of these windmills are rather dilapidated, Pac-Man. It looks like they provide power for the ropeways, so you'll have to fix them to get around the village.
And that is where the turbines, propellers, that's where they come in, basically. And of course, I would miss that jump right there. Whoa. Alright, so we got one of these things. So that's another one of those. Yes, it's over here. Ah, shoot. Hang on. Come on. Ugh. Wait. Am I supposed to? Oh. Alright. That's not for this. Rather, it is for this building right here. And that is where you find the hotel, which you need over here. Oh, come on. There we go. Boy, these spectrals sure know exactly where they're supposed to go. Well, I mean, Toru Iwatani was, obviously he was the creator of Pac-Man. So since this was like the big 25th anniversary title, I think the interview was on account of the fact that it's been 25 years of Pac-Man. It's 40 now. isn't that bizarre to think about. This game is going to be 15 years old momentarily. And it almost feels like only yesterday when I got it. I think I missed it. Where's the rail? Oh shoot, there it is. Please? No. Don't leave me. Alright, I'll just wait for it. It's not worth it. Well, Pac-Man World 3 did not even... Oh, shoot! That was nice of me. Alright, Pac-Man World 3 did not even come out in Japan, so, I kind of doubt that Iwatani actually played this game. I'm not really sure if, like, creators like him even play a lot of the games that, their characters have starred in. Because, like, they're probably just more interested in, you know, their own projects. Hey there, Marcus. Oh. Now we have this thing where we're going to go down to a cavern. And we're going to see a pretty interesting new enemy type. Just in case, shoot. Just in case you thought the enemies were getting a bit monotonous. Oh wait, no, it's not that part yet. The PSP version is the best version I can run right now. Oh shoot, I really only have one life left. I should probably see if there's any way I can get extra lives soon. Would kinda suck to get a game over so soon. I jump up, right? Yeah.
Okay, Pac-Man, there's the siphon. My scan suggests a heavy hostile presence this side. Maybe you should sneak around the...
I like this exchange though.
Initiating zero identification tippy-toe protocols for undetected siphon insertion.
That sounded nothing like me.
Not gonna lie, definitely like Pac-Man's characterization in this game. There's something about him being like a sarcastic ass that just seems right for, you know, his character. As some people point out, like the fact that he, you know, kind of almost perpetually smiles as he, you know, mocks the enemies that he fights and stuff. Really adds to it. Yeah. Oh, come on, I pressed the jump button there. Oh, it just keeps respawning, I guess. That's pretty... That'll help. There we go. Ah, I overshot it. Well, Saturn had to go prematurely, and James is busy with stuff. He'll be
No,
back
I'm back.
soon. Oh. Well, good timing.
Nice. I just come back and I hear you talk about me. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm back.
But are you back for real, is the question.
I mean, maybe, I don't know.
You don't know. Oh my god, why am I
My
messing up
life
at that
is
jump?
so wacky.
Can I just make this jump? It would help me, because it would allow me to progress. Okay. There we go. Finally.
Jumping all around.
I guess my input could be better. I mean, I am using a rather cheap Super Nintendo USB controller. But, I mean, it's otherwise been doing me pretty well. Don't touch me, don't touch me. Okay. Yeah. It's not that I'm playing poorly, it's just there are certain jumps that, I don't know. There are certain jumps where I just, like, die over and over again until I finally do it. I don't know what it is. I can blame the controller, though. Since this is my first time playing the game with this controller. Oh, shoot. Okay. Definitely don't want those things in the maze.
I'm getting reports of a bigger site. Irwin must have hidden it inside the mountain. Looks like I'm going
A SNES controller has all the buttons that a PSP uses. It is perfectly suitable. If anything, you definitely would want to see me play this with an NES controller.
Yeah, I'm sure that would work out.
And, of course, I died on another jump. I need a rev roll for some of these. It would probably help me.
Heck, there's something on my face I need to wash off. Hold on.
Okay. Alright. I think we're getting close to the first boss.
Archaeologists were exploring Pac-Man. Irwin's desire to site it here must have something to do with these ancient catacombs.
By James, I mean Super James. He is someone in the Discord chat. Basically. Oh no, a slide section! Oh, that's okay. It's nothing like Pac-Man World 2's. When am I gonna get some extra lives here? Oh yeah, this is the section with these things. Reminder, we are still playing a Pac-Man game. Just so you know. Pac-Man game. Street Fighter 2 with an Atari
Those
controller.
things are scary. Can I go home now?
Yes, they are. No, you can't.
Meanie.
Alright, so I gotta deal with a few more of these things. These very lovely scorpion designs. And I still gotta murder this scorpion with my bare hands. Alright. Oh. There we go. Still more of these things. This is some serious Pac-Man Rise of Lyric right now.
Pac-Man Star Wars crossover when?
No, but I was referring to the Sonic Boom game. Since Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric has a big emphasis on combat. Now, let me just go pick this up real quick. Do I have full health? I thought I lost something. Could have sworn I got hit. Alright, time for... There's the green crystal, but I don't think it's required. I think that's just an optional thing. Great. Oh yeah, here we are. The first boss of the game. Out of 2. There are only 2 bosses in this game, and both of them involve Irwin in this very elaborate spacecraft thing.
So basically a typical Pac-Man enemy.
Yeah, very typical.
I see no difference.
Yeah, no, this is very typical Pac-Man shenanigans, you know, like...
Oh,
of course
Pac-Man
Pac-Man would take down an alien in a spacecraft.
Oh, Pac-Man, worshipping demonic demons again!
It is definitely weird how, like, spinning those rev pads plays a big part of the boss gameplay.
He is dying. This is so sad. I mean, cool.
Play Despacito. I just gotta keep destroying these things with a butt bounce.
This is so sad. Can we play the Pac-Man World 2 soundtrack in its entirety?
The Pac-Man World 2 soundtrack is lively, though.
Okay, just imagine this. So, I remember earlier today we were talking about like what happened if the game crashed and Pac-Man just like stood there, like his model T-posing. Just like the game crashes, his model freezes and T-posed, and it just like everything else is frozen.
Yeah.
But Pac-Man while T-posing just like slowly turns towards the camera and it just like starts like hovering towards you while T-posing, just like facing you.
I mean, it's definitely a good thing that none of that has happened.
One experience. Mom, I'm scared of Pac-Man now.
Mom, I don't want to play Pac-Man anymore.
He tried to crawl out of my TV screen.
Oh,
Pac-Man
dang it.
creepypasta.
I feel like that would be a creepypasta story at some point.
You know, hang on, I'm just gonna go on Google and look up Pac-Man.exe and see what comes up. Like, I know that one game is gonna come up, like the actually Pac-Man.exe game, but
Yeah,
it just said
someone showed me that before. It was definitely cool.
it was different. I mean, hey, at least you weren't walking right over and over again.
Oh yeah, true. Uh, Alright, time to lay on the final hits of this guy over here. Oh
Alright, we're
my.
about to do this.
No! Please don't mess me up. Okay. We're good. Oh, there was an actual explosion sound in this version. When I played the GameCube version, like, the explosion was muted.
That's so sad.
So sad.
Hey, real quick, we all know about Sonic.exe, but do you guys remember when Sally.exe was a thing?
There were a lot of EXEs, I didn't keep track of them.
I remember there was one like Mario.exe that a lot of people said was really good.
I don't think any of them are good.
So, one day I was at a garage sale, or whatever you want to call it, and I found a really cool cartridge of Super Mario Brothers for my Nintendo Entertainment System, but
I
the
loved
clerk said I
that
could
game
have it
growing
for
up.
free. I could have it for free. The cartridge had a really weird red stain on it, but I didn't think much of it. I took it home, put it into my Nintendo, and turned it on. Everything was good. Everything was happy. But then I reached the ending goal, and Mario stood up there. He turned toward the camera. His eyes became hyper realistic. But something about 666, I don't know. And then he crawled out of my TV screen. It was so scary. Please like this story.
This was real, I swear. 8-bit NES games are totally capable of that kind of technology.
Okay, I'm in. Where to now, Ors?
Looks like you're going to have to go right through the mountain.
Alright, so instead of actually, murdering Erwin right then and there, we are still doing more stuff. And there's a new character that shows up. This guy. I have no idea what his name is because they don't say it.
Haven't seen another living soul down here for months, apart from the ancient guardians, and they just hiss at me. Are you lost, my little yellow friend?
Not exactly. I'm looking for a spectral siphon. Have you seen one?
A siphon, you say? Interesting, very interesting. I'd love to help you, but unfortunately my excavation rig suffered a mechanical trauma a few minutes ago, and I contrived to drop one of the keys to this
That's a
door
very
into
nice
that
excuse
pit.
there.
One of the keys?
Oh shoot. Okay.
Yes,
What?
the door requires two, and
Okay.
one
So
of them is down there.
Okay.
And I'm guessing you
I think you
want
know
me
what
to
I'm about to
take
say.
that for you.
You
Oh
gotta
wait.
go.
Wait. Actually, wait. Maybe not. Hang on.
Would be splendid. When you've located the lost key, I'll drop a ladder down for you.
Oh wait, no, I don't have to do that yet. So it's time to fight some more robot scorpions. But there were a bunch of Pac-Man games that were released in 2005. I imagine they were also, going through the same phases with the whole merger.
Right.
Where rev rolling does that much. Whenever I tried rev rolling into them, the hit just doesn't feel like it connects.
I heard a bit of a rumpus down there. I hope you didn't get hurt.
There were monsters in the pit. It's a good job you didn't try to retrieve the key yourself.
What sort of a silly head climbs into a pit he knows to be full of monsters?
Wow, dick.
You knew about them? Why didn't you tell me?
Are you a silly head? My, and you look like such a nice boy. Anyway, at least we can open the door now.
Super.
Well done, my friend. A new and worthy ally.
Okay, we still gotta rev roll these. Yep. Just 4 dots. There's an area with lives, isn't there? I think there's an extra life in one of these. Nope. I need more lives. That's all I know. There are characters in a Pac-Man game, Professor K. Just so you know.
Professor, there are
Alright.
characters in the Pac-Man game, and they're not ghosts.
Alright.
My, you have
Oh,
a
wait,
tremendous
shoot, I was going
reason. I
backwards.
shall endeavor to be of use to you.
Okay. How does he know I have a communication device? It's not shown anywhere on the Pac-Man model.
There's still so much to learn about the ancients. I know nothing about their lives, only their deaths. Even the most intelligent people can be dumb as a duck egg when the mood takes them. Oh, yes, they can.
That line is surprisingly, like, more profound than you would think it would be. Because sometimes it actually does feel true. How, like, even the smartest people can make mistakes and stuff like that. Is there another life here? No, but there is a crystal. I suppose it would be interesting to see games like this get remade and, you know, see what changes about them.
HD and stuff, yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like it's best to just, you know, leave a lot of the games, like, as they are. If just, you know, because, like, I guess for historical reasons is what I'm trying to say. I can't really, like, elaborate the details on from the top of my head right now, but, like, you know. I feel like each of these games just has their own, you know, like, historical context as to... They have their own stories as to, like, you know, their states of being and how they've
These
come to
barrels look like
exist
they should
in
hold charges of some
the
kind.
gaming industry.
A detonator! I normally never leave home without it.
Okay, that's on there. So I need to find the other detonation device. So there's green crystal chain. Gotta go down here, get the green crystal.
This is dangerous
Oh
stuff
wait,
to
no,
just leave lying
or
around.
I just get more dynamite.
Man, nothing clears the head like a good explosion.
Alright, so now we have a little puzzle room. I don't remember when the green crystal comes into play. I think it can be found here. Ah, shoot. Ugh. Maybe if I... No, I don't think red rolling will help. There we go. Oh, no, wait. A different crystal comes into play now. It's a blue one.
Alright, hang on. Man.
Going again.
Huh?
Going again.
Okay, yeah, so, alright, so what's happening, okay. You remember that Flunkies game I was talking about, right? With the characters that I think we had a small conversation about on the server?
Which game?
Flunkies, when I have Flunkies. The one with the egg.
I don't recall.
Alright, so some people were talking about it, and, as the people and I are trying to remake the game, and right now we're trying to beta test a few things, and I gotta... He uploaded a new version. I'm supposed to be in a call with them to sort of like tell him what needs to be fixed and all that. But at the
I
same
see.
time, I just feel like at the same time I just feel so bad leaving over and over again. And I'm kind of wondering if I should do it or not.
Can you postpone it?
I mean, I'll see.
I mean,
I think I'll
I'm probably gonna stop this at like 11 or so,
all right. So
or maybe 10:40ish.
all right, yeah. So I'll just sort of wait until a All right, I'll just wait for the game to end, and then I'll head out.
Well, the game's not gonna end, but the stream will.
Well, I mean, not the game, but like the stream. Blah.
Yeah. No, this game has like a whole nother half at least.
What fun.
It's definitely one of the longer titles to have an ending in the franchise.
So what exactly is Pac-Man doing right now? This looks like the wood level from Pac-Man World 2, like the woods.
I guess
remember the-
I guess it does look like it a bit. This ain't the woods though. It's an underground cavern with bats and railroad tracks.
No, when are we gonna find Steve from Minecraft?
Can you not? Please.
Hero Brian, am I right? Ah!
These are definitely mines though. I hope I'm not going the wrong way just now. Okay, I think I am. Ugh. Alright. What was I doing? Trying to remember. I think I have to go this way. Okay, yeah. Alright, so now it's time to blow up this part of the cavern.
Nice work, Pac-Man. You should be able to get out of this cavern now.
But do try not to destroy too much
Wait.
more of this unique and beautiful natural
Where
geology.
do I go this way? Oh, no, wait, there's a... This is kind of one of the more puzzly parts where there's an open... Never mind. That comes later. Alright, there's a record pad up here. No, wait, no, there's not. Ugh. To me, it looked like a revel pad for a second. Oh, right. I used one of these things. If I can just... There we go. Or not. I found a card. Alright, there's a pad. No! Ugh. What am I doing? Okay, so I at least know I have to climb up. Forgot about that one. Alright, now we're good.
We're good for now.
I can assure you there won't be anything that puzzling in this game. There's just a few things I need to, like, re-remember. Alright. So there's this puzzle with Pinky. This part actually stumped me for a long time. Because I forgot about the whole thing where you're supposed to, you know, solidify a fourth so the oldest platform can disappear. I think it was like sometime earlier in the decade where I've finally beaten the game. Actually, let's do this one. And ah, shoot. Alright, let's try that again. Okay. Alright, let's see if that combination helps. Oh no, that was a mistake. Wait, why am I back here? That's kind of a far respawn point. Are the platforms still the same? Ah, they restarted. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, so I'm going to solidify this again. And I will... Ah, shoot. I keep forgetting about that other platform. Let me try that again. Oh, cool. Okay. Now it's wall jumping time. We have some more of these railroad tracks. Okay, so this is supposed to be where the exit is. But if I go... Hang on. Come on, buttons. Work with me. There we go. Alright, so... let's solidify this. And then go back to get the other one. I'll jump up here. I forgot to lower that track. Ah, shoot. That sucks.
Ow. Okay, I thought that was a bowling pin for a second. I'm just saying.
um, is that the first time you've seen it?
Yes. I have not played this game in so long. I had no idea you could do this.
Sounds like you didn't play very far into it then.
No, I did not at all. You are correct.
No, wait, what am I doing? Accidentally solidified a part of the platform that I did not want to solidify. And I just fell. But that's okay. Okay, solidified this part. You know what? I think I'll just platform my way
Move along.
down. So I think I'm supposed to go over here and get to the yellow pack dot machine. Or not. Alright. Might need to go over here. Alright, so that's what I was supposed to be doing. And I think now is when I'm supposed to redo the platforms. Okay. There's a platform down here. Do the usual jumping thing. And I think now I should be able to leave this area. Or not. Forgot about that thing. Because I am smart.
Sad. Yeah, you know, I'm just gonna say it. I've gotten to the point where I've just run out of things to say.
I can tell.
Like what else can I say? Pinky looks is dead now, I think, for now.
Well, yeah, because, you know, it's like a summoning, desummoning kind of thing.
I feel like we just need more people here, just so like a bigger conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess let me ask this: when did you first start the out of context or not context the no context Twitter account? Like, what's kind of the story behind that?
Well, hold on, let me just clear this jump and fail at it while I'm at it. Alright, so that wasn't necessarily my doing, that was Mr. McScrewup's thing, because like so 2018 was when he was running it. It was basically his account. And eventually I thought it would be fun to, you know, sort of interact with the Pac-Man community in that kind of way. because of the way, kind of flubbing up the story here. But there was eventually a point where he started to get like de-interested in running the account. And so I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to come in and do it instead. That's the basic part of it.
I guess I answered my questions.
Yeah. So around June of last year, that was when I was able to do it. But I actually kind of forced it myself because he was basically, at that point where he made a mistake with the password on the account, I think, and he kind of locked himself out from it. So that was when he was sort of at the tipping point of not wanting to do it anymore. So then that day, I decided to make a new account and post a bunch of Pac-Man pictures, and then let him know that I wanted to do it. That I just went ahead and did the no context stuff, and he actually greatly approved that. So that kind of made things official from there.
Do you still talk with the original person who runs the account?
Yeah, he's actually in the Discord.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I even have him under the VIP role, so his name is Blue.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Oh.
Yeah, so here's another slope session, but of course, again, unlike Pac-Man World 2's where it's like do or die, this one is more like you have to figure out the paths that the slopes will take you. Well, all the while it's one big slope. Alright, more lives.
Oh, hey, I just saw your comment on that one tweet by Lonely Goomba about like Wreck-It Ralph 2 having like that new story, and yeah, I agree. That should have been the story.
Boy, Ralph wrecks the internet. It makes me sad the more I think about it.
The only thing I really wanted to see from that was like Ralph like interacting with like flash games or whatever about him, but it just felt like memes over and over again.
Well,
look, you did
because
this
that's
really funny thing, and now you're on the internet. You're famous on the internet. Like
because that's the in thing to do now on the internet. There is no.
I mean, yeah, it's like the thing to do, but you shouldn't put Ralph in that. It just doesn't really fit.
Like that's the whole perspective going on right now, and that's one of the big issues. Like there is no focus on the old. It's just all the new stuff.
I kind of feel like you could have taken Ralph out of the movie, and it wouldn't really have changed much at all. Because Felix himself isn't even in the movie all that much.
I heard there was actually like I heard that he was actually going to play like a bigger role, but like they had to cut that part out, like most of it. But yeah, the whole thing with Ralph Wrecks the Internet bothers me because it's like the whole plot of it came out of them being dumb.
So let me just ask you this.
About that, Professor K. Spoiler alert, he does.
And just real quick, if you were to make your own version of like Wreck-It Ralph 2, like What would you make the story be?
Well, they said that they. Well, when the sequel was first announced, they said that they would explore stuff like console games, and I thought, yeah, that sounds like a logical next step. And I still agree on that. They should have done that. But nope, it's the internet.
Yeah, just all about that.
There's technically games involved, but definitely not a lot of them.
Even then, there are games that some people don't like. Even then, there are games that some people aren't even into.
I'm sorry?
Even then, there are games that some people aren't even into.
Yeah.
Like online high-tech racing games. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Alright, so we've got another maze that's required to beat the level. And I just lost a life right there.
Ouch.
Trust me, I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing.
I would love it if Pac-Man Arrangement got a re-release just at all. That was such a good game.
I mean, technically it did.
I mean, like the arcade version, like the one that was on like the
Technically.
Museum DS and whatnot, or like Pac-Man Collections.
I mean, yeah.
I would love for that to get a re-release. That's such a good game.
It is kind of funny, though, that it technically got a Wii U version. Through the Game Boy Advance Virtual Console for Pac-Man Collection. I think it costs like $8 though. That's a rather decent deal for a Wii U Virtual Console release.
That's one more siphon out of commission, horse.
Good timing. There's trouble at Gogeta. Hold on to your nuts.
Oh no, trouble at Gogeta. Oh no. I think I'll actually stop the stream at this point.
So
Because
anyway,
it's getting pretty close to like the time I would stop anyway. Here's a sneak peek at what's to
stream,
come, though.
So throughout this entire stream, I've learned more about Pac-Man World 3 than I've ever known. So,
well, at least it's nice to know that has been enlightening for you.
it was great just being able to spend my weekend with like actually doing something rather than sitting around.
I mean, you kind of are, but
I mean, I'm interacting. It's different. I'm not just sitting here on my phone. Like,
yeah, I get it. But yeah, I'm gonna stop it here, and part 2 will happen whenever I announce it.
Never.
And I'll have people that talk by then. But I'm sorry, you were saying?
Just like, okay, guys, I hope you're ready for part 2. Never.
Never.
Do it yourself if you want this series to continue.
Pay me money or else this series will die. Pay me a hefty ransom.
I need the money, and the money keeps me focused.
Of $1 million.
Oh yeah, I'd pay that. That seems about right.
Okay, really though, I'll see you all next time. Have yourselves a good night.
Goodbye, everyone. And remember, stay hydrated.